Today, we're going to talk about a Hayden Christensen film. You might know a line from this little movie. Like, I hate sand. It's coarse, it's rough, and it gets everywhere.
It's not smooth and soft like you.
And what movie are we talking about, Chris?
Star Wars 2 Attack of the Clones!
No, we're doing Shattered Glass today.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry.
I forgot.
Yeah,
My
all
bad.
right. We're here to talk about Shattered Glass.
I didn't do anything wrong, Chuck. I really wish you'd stop saying that.
From 2003, written and directed by Billy Ray. A journalism film.
Kind of a gem. I wouldn't say a forgotten gem.
I think this is a hidden gem. Most people, I don't think, really seek this movie out.
I feel like it pops up enough that I'm like, oh yeah, Shattered Glass. But it could be because I saw it early.
It was on cable.
Didn't really know the movie
within a 15-year span. A lot, it seemed like.
Like it was always on, like Shawshank Redemption.
And it really was the movie after the Star Wars craziness where I was like, oh, wow, Hayden Christensen
can actually act.
I'm haunted by the kiss that you should never have given me. My heart is beating, hoping that that kiss will not become a scar.
Yeah, even Daniel Day-Lewis could not have done anything with George Lucas's script or direction for Attack of the Clones.
If you're going to feed an actor lines from George Lucas, by George Lucas,
Be warned.
If you give Hayden Christensen direction, like actual direction, you give him a good script, it's really good.
Do you think they were like, can you play into that sort of brattiness that you're good at from Star Wars?
I think a little bit, maybe.
I don't know. He was one of the producers, or his brother is one of the producers. So I'm not sure about that.
I wonder though. I wonder that
Maybe
they're kind of tweaking that a little bit. Like maybe he didn't like it.
He's annoying.
I feel like we all need to say we're sorry to Hayden Christensen because I hated on him for a while. He's actually come back to the Star Wars franchise.
Was he in the Obi-Wan?
He was.
Yeah.
It's like that whole series
But
escaped my memory.
Well, where did this movie come from? Like, I feel like it was just, it came out of nowhere.
We have to start with the Stephen Glass real life scandal that this is based on.
I called Steve in and, over the next 24 hours proceeded to cross-examine him to the point where I satisfied myself that story and a couple of others were fabricated, and I fired him.
Glass fabricated a number of stories under Chuck Lane and his predecessor, Michael Kelly.
The editor.
Yeah, the editors. And so he was able to kind of manipulate the fact-checking process, whole cloth make up quotes, people.
Everything. I mean, the way it's portrayed in the movie that's the most lazy, flawed fact-checking system I've ever seen. I should actually preface this before we go on by saying I'm in journalism.
Yeah.
So just to put that out there.
Are you part of fact checking?
Yeah. You do trust your reporters to a certain extent, but there are things where, like, if a quote seems off, you have to verify that.
That is the part that got me the most, though, is I don't understand between, okay, you didn't have to take pictures, which is a flaw, but if there's a whole staff that are editors and there are fact checkers, how did the stories ever make it to the point?
That's the thing that still astounds me. I'm sure everyone in journalism was probably thinking the same thing back in the late 90s. Now, I will say, of course, it's easier now because I can verify a lot of stuff instantly on the internet. And back in 1997, 98, the
internet was very
still nascent.
Because now it's kind of ironic that New Republic is now entirely online.
So Stephen Glass, did he actually fabricate all the stories?
I don't think he did it on everything, but as he got in there.
Or maybe there was some kernel of truth to every story, and then he fabricated elements of it?
I think he did the pitch in the editorial meetings, and then just kind of went from there.
Show me the money. Show me the money.
Everyone's just totally loving his story, so I think that just fed into his ego.
And I know we're going to get into the plot and the characters a little bit more, but I have to say, I immediately found him to be annoying.
Yeah.
Oh,
I'm trying to imagine this room full of young people listening to this kid pitch a story, the way he pitches it, and be like, I like him. He's funny and he's cool.
Yeah.
I think I'd be like, God,
but
that guy's
at the
annoying.
same time, he is kind of like fake self-effacing.
That's true. Every time he would pitch a story, he would end with, I don't know, I'm probably going to scrap it.
Yeah.
Well, that's how he manipulates people. We should say that the majority of the editorial staff are in their 20s.
Yeah. They're underpaid, and New Republic hired mostly elite Ivy League graduates. There's an expectation that
You're okay.
You're okay. The book and then the movie that they made with Michael J. Fox, Bright Lights, Big Cities, where he's working in the fact-checking department, but he's actually coked out of his mind. But yet that movie was questioning the validity of why are you having this person being a fact checker?
He's got connections.
Yeah.
He's from like a good family with money.
Yeah.
It's okay.
If your son's not a doctor or a lawyer, you keep your curtains closed.
You're writing for the new fucking Republic. Isn't that good enough?
Not in Highland Park.
The production of this movie, written and directed by Billy Ray. I realize I know nothing about Billy Ray. Never heard of him.
He's primarily a screenwriter. This is his first film that he directed. He wrote a really bad kind of softcore film from '94, The Color of Night.
I'm
Bruce
shocked
Willis.
that he wrote that.
But then he did another film with Bruce Willis, Heart's War, and he also did a really bad disaster film with Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh no,
Volcano. But
I
then-
actually can't believe somebody actually wrote that.
But then he would later write the script for Captain Phillips, and then he would write the script for Richard Jewell. He's only been able to direct 3 films entirely. I've only seen the second film he directed after this, Breach.
Breach is great.
Breach is a great film. It's all about the uncovering of Robert Hansen's treachery.
Did he write and direct Breach?
Yeah.
It's a good companion.
And I also
So-
think this is very much a first-time director. He's not trying to be technical.
Yeah.
of the
There's
camera.
nothing showy going on here.
Breach is more showy. It's a very dark, atmospheric film.
So he only has like 2 or 3 movies he's directed.
Yeah.
Do you think he was attracted to this real life story and wanted to make this movie?
He was a journalism major. He did kind of fall in love with like being like a Woodward and Bernstein, but like, and then he realized like the kind of drudgery it involved, and he kind of moved away.
But he learned how not to bury the lead.
Yeah, exactly.
You've always been such a smart, thorough reporter. Why can't you be one now?
Because what you're telling me is impossible, Chuck.
This was shot like almost 90% in Montreal, Quebec. This is an interior movie.
It mostly takes place in the New Republic editorial newsroom.
They filmed in DC.
It was very minor. Like they do a shot on Pennsylvania Avenue or like Massachusetts with like a metro bus.
Yeah, second unit footage.
He had his breakdown at Wisconsin and Fessenden, which is like
Oh, yeah.
less than a mile and a half from where I grew up.
Friendship
so it's like,
Heights.
that's Tenleytown, but it was
yeah.
like, oh my God.
One of the strengths of this film is the casting.
Yes. Big time.
I like all the cast.
Yeah.
I think everyone is perfectly cast in this.
I didn't know what to do. And the guys from Forbes were putting so much pressure on me, and you were so mad.
So Hayden, we already talked about.
I wasn't expecting anything from his performance, and he just knocked it out of the park.
I will say he's good. On this recent rewatch,
Yeah.
one of the problems I have with this movie now is the sort of cult-like sway or hold that he has over the editorial brats. Let's just call them that.
believe it?
I think you needed an actor with a little bit more charisma.
Being in any office situation when you're 20s, you have very
That's true,
intense
yeah.
relationship friendships
Yeah.
that you will not have in the workplace as you get older.
Ever
When-
again.
when-
Ever again.
When you're in your 20s, the workplace is also partly your social scene.
That's true. We
that-
became friends in the workplace in our 20s.
Yeah, and think about when I started at, I don't work there anymore, so I can say when I worked at Rand, my late 20s to mid 30s.
You mean this company?
When I worked at Rand, I don't know if you can get a good picture of that, Chris. My late 20s to mid 30s was really just all about. My job wasn't. I didn't have that much responsibility. It was all about dating. I met my wife there, but it was also the kind of thing like, oh my God, did you guys hear that he got disciplined for that thing he did? Like, I can't believe that.
I know.
We always joke now, but like, of course, in your 20s, you could like go out and party on a Tuesday night
And feel great.
I feel great the next day.
I remember like I had no problem. Like
Yeah, I know.
I would have called in sick now.
No, there's no. That was a time where you could say it's a Wednesday night. You guys want to go out?
Let's go to Bedrock Billiards.
And then you would literally get 4 hours of sleep, be hungover, and you'd make it to work.
Yep.
No way in hell you would do that in your 40s.
You wouldn't do it in your 30s. That's when I stopped.
Well,
doing
I
it.
think some point in my 30s, I was like, I'm tired of this.
I was just looking for Steve.
He's in his office.
I know we touched on earlier about like how perceptions of Christensen, but I think Sarsgaard
He's the new editor-in-chief of the New Republic, Chuck Lane,
replacing Michael Kelly.
who was beloved.
Is he from the Sarsgaard clan?
he's not related to Stellan and Bill
That's
Skarsgård.
Skarsgård.
Sorry, I was mixing up Sarsgaard with Skarsgård.
Okay.
It's an easy mistake.
You're siding with the Chloes. You're saying he isn't our loyal editor, or he isn't the editor that we've been loyal to, who looks out for us. He's sort of the up and coming guy who I don't know if I trust.
He's also like, I'm not going to be ingratiating.
Yeah.
He wants to be a good editor-in-chief.
He actually does what the editor is actually supposed to do.
I've worked for good editor-in-chiefs, and I've worked for really bad editor-in-chiefs, and that is a tough line that they have to cross.
I think there's a nice contrast there. It's one of the reasons I like the casting. Hayden Christensen is very Stephen Glass.
I think he's a pathological liar. I think we could probably say that.
Right. What I'm saying is he wanted to be accepted.
He wanted to be accepted.
I don't think Chuck thinks about being accepted socially.
No.
That's what this is. Of course. I mean, what are you gonna do, Chuck? Pick us off one by one? Everybody that was loyal to Mike? Do you have a staff that belongs to you? Is that the kind of magazine you want to run?
The Chloe Sevigny role is interesting because, like, she, up until almost the bitter end, is on team Stephen Glass.
That's the problem I had with this rewatch.
Yeah.
It's like I don't get to the bitter end idol worship of Glass.
It's an interesting kind of comparison with Melanie Linsky, where she's unsure about a lot of things, like a lot of people are in their 20s.
Sure she is.
But like Chloe Sevigny is like so certain about everything.
Is that what you want, Amy? To get a bunch of smoke blown up your ass by a pack of editors?
Yes. Yes.
I have to say that Chloe, I think she's my favorite character.
I like Chloe in general as an actress.
She has an infamous stink eye.
Yeah.
Which you can find in many movies and shows.
Yeah.
What was the Mormon show that she was on?
Big Love.
Big Love.
Big Love,
She had a
yeah.
great stink eye in that. She is one of the best stink eyes in film.
Yeah.
I just like the animosity that she has with Chuck Lane. I like that she even mothers, in a way, Stephen Glass.
Just thought we've been over this 1,000 times already. You can't go to law school. You don't want to go to law school, remember?
I do like the team of like Steve Zahn and Rosario Dawson together.
They're on the Forbes digital side.
Back then, it was like this weird kind of adventure. Steve Zahn, who can be legit funny, like consistently funny.
He's great at dry delivery.
Wait, was that an M?
I'm sorry?
After Juked, was that an M as in Micronics?
No, it was an N. As in not working.
She's hungry for a byline.
And she's the only person of color in this movie.
True. Very true.
In the digital realm.
Wait a minute. Is there anyone that's not white in this New Republic newsroom?
Nope.
No.
So it's extremely white. Is that? Do you think that's factual?
Oh, I'm sure.
Dude.
Yeah. Steve Zahn, I know he did like The Thing You Do.
He is good. He's like the one bright spot in it.
I saw him in The White Lotus recently.
Yeah.
I'm actually now, like, when I see Steve Zahn and something, I'm actually really interested in it.
Well, I just want to thank you all again. Truly. I've loved every second of this.
Let's talk about Hank Azaria. So I didn't know much about Hank Azaria in his dramatic ability. Like, I know him from The Simpsons. We all do, doing many of those voices.
We're going to get the drug prices down. Not 30%, not 40%, which would be great. Not 50% or 60%. No. We're going to get them down 1,000%, 600%, 500%, 1,500%. Numbers that are not even thought to be achievable.
There's such a likability having Hank Azaria play him. The real Michael Kelly died while they were filming this movie.
In Iraq?
In Iraq.
Yeah.
He was embedded. So I think they went very easy.
Very soft.
Very soft on the actual Michael Kelly.
A great editor defends his writers. Against anyone, he stands up and fights for you. Michael Kelly was that kind of editor.
It's a very simple story. It's a 90-minute movie. It really takes you right inside the New Republic. Immediately, you're meeting Stephen Glass. I like that you're immediately hearing about the process.
Let me take you through the life of your typical piece so you can see where some of the hurdles are.
They couch the narrative with intercuts of Glass talking to a journalism class.
And is he really talking to that high school journalism class?
Probably not. It's all in his mind. It's a good plot device to explain things.
Yeah. Is he co-narrating this almost?
Yes, the journalism teacher is like kissing his ass the entire time.
At times, it feels like he's talking to us, the audience. So when he says, let me walk you through a typical piece.
Yeah.
And how you assemble it, how it goes through the process. He's telling the class that.
And that's where he explains there's holes in the editorial fact-checking process.
He'd been a fact checker himself.
Yeah.
So he knows
That's
like
how he learned that.
And he's essentially saying, here's how I cheat.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
So in terms of fabricating stories, under Michael Kelly, there is one brief moment where he's talking about the Republican convention.
Are you mad at me?
He's made some pretty serious charges. We need to answer him.
The mini fridge.
Mini fridges.
The mini fridge
Yeah.
and with their liquor bottles and
Yeah.
all that. Michael Kelly.
They show him questioning it.
Yeah.
And then they show him calling the Shorm after the fact, after Steven leaves the room. He took the word for the Shorm, like, yes, you can rent fridges there.
Right.
And that's as far as he went.
That's as far as he went. Like, he's not doing what Chuck Lane did.
But it was important
Yeah.
because it set up not only the fabrication, but that another editor was trying to do his job too.
But to be fair, Chuck Lane only did that because of the
Forbes
investigation.
Well, and Michael Kelly only got involved because there was a person who read the article and said,
right.
this isn't...
But that was after the fact.
So you slowly learn throughout the movie that you don't have to have photos.
Yes, for this particular publication. Yeah.
This also shows you the limitations of trying to be like old school. They were like a very storied, like, oh, we haven't had pictures. We were since the 1920s, 1910s.
Yeah.
We haven't done this. Why do we need to do it now?
Would you say immediately you're introduced to the comparisons of the current editor, Michael Kelly, and the soon-to-be editor, Chuck Lane?
Yes.
That's a big part of it.
Yeah. Yeah. Different styles.
There was a camaraderie with Michael Kelly.
Chuck's more aloof.
Chuck's more aloof, but like he's kind of putting his nose down. He's doing the work, you know. But like they don't care. They want someone to kind of pat their back.
They constantly need fluffing.
Yeah,
and that's where you see an example of Stephen Glass pitching an idea.
I told the guy that I'd done all this extensive research on people who chomp flesh under extreme stress.
What did they say?
They put me on the air. I took calls for 45 minutes.
Oh my God.
Why does he find these people?
It's kind of stupid. I know it's silly. I'll probably just kill it.
I think you're supposed to think he's endearing, and
I know. Yeah. Personally, I would have found him very annoying in my 20s.
Yeah. Like you find it annoying, but like that's a red flag.
Yeah, totally.
They kind of let him keep talking.
And
because
maybe
it's
this
kind
was a weakness of the movie. I think I might have even said, is this all true?
He also caters to everyone's needs in so many ways. So
He's because he's manipulative.
He knows, like, when he has a party, to have Coke cold, unopened for the Amy character.
He also wants you to see his insecurity, whether it's fake or not. He wants people to see it and mother him and feel sorry for him.
Yeah.
Or
because it makes them feel vulnerable to them, so they feel like an attachment.
Are you mad at me?
There's the drama of, oh no, Chuck's our new editor.
And so all the young people are like internalizing it in really bad ways. Instead of like looking at it from a professional way.
The second the drama happens with Hack Heaven, that's what it was called.
Yeah. I mean, even the headline is just like.
But I know I don't even like his titles. I would have been like, I hate all of your titles. I'm not even sure any of this is true.
Spring Breakdown is a good one.
Yeah.
I will say that.
But anyway,
as a headline writer, that's key.
Okay. But with
can I just interject something? Why can't I just say
You
something?
can.
I'm kidding.
Right.
Are you? I'm kidding.
Right.
Are you mad? Are you mad at me?
Are you mad at me, Chuck?
I told you, I do not respond to "Are you mad at me?" I'm not your kindergarten teacher.
After the transition happens, and you're now focused on the Hack Heaven article, and the questions are arising. The drama has set up the fact that, well, of course he's going to say, Chuck is after me. You know, he doesn't like me the way Michael Kelly liked me. And that's why he's gonna take all of us out one by one.
They show like the New Republic as this kind of vaulted, institution.
Little too much.
Little too much. They keep saying like the in-flight magazine of Air Force One, the Forbes digital tool. Rosario Dawson and Steve Zahn are investigating. They're entirely online, and they're using their shoe leather to kind of investigate.
The Forbes digital editor is berating Zahn. Like, why didn't you get the story?
I don't know why I didn't get it.
No.
But then he reads it, he's like, because this is bullshit. And that's actually what I think is the most interesting part of this movie, as maybe like an historical artifact, is the sort of conflicts between like classical print journalism and the burgeoning online digital field.
They had to put digital like tool because it was like an offshoot of Forbes. At
It wasn't the actual magazine.
It wasn't the action, and so it was like this auxiliary thing.
There's what's happening with the New Republic, and then there's this investigative thing with Steve Zahn and his editor. I'm looking at them as a trio.
I have to say, Stephen, this looks very suspicious to me.
I like the dynamic.
Yeah.
I like their part of the story.
I don't know who the editor-in-chief of Forbes Digital is, but he's also like of Middle Eastern descent.
Yeah, they believe that
he was duped.
Chuck Lane is like, he actually says, I don't understand computers or the internet. And so that's a big actual like juxtaposition between the two different like realms of journalism at this point.
Chuck can see like the crappy business card that Stephen Glass hands him of the agent. He can't tell like the AOL members page is looks like
shit.
That's the way that a lot of websites still look like in the late 90s. You know, crappy frames and no CSS.
Most people would think that's real at that time because like there was such a disconnect.
Again, I don't buy the whole dupe thing. I think they should be like, I don't even know if this guy's telling the truth.
You know why I buy it? Because they don't understand that realm yet.
What, the hacker realm?
The sort of online realm.
They should be like, prove that you were at a hackers convention.
Yes,
No,
of course.
but
Yeah.
They don't want to be contentious.
They don't know he's making shit up yet.
We do because we're the audience.
We're seeing it.
We already
we're
know
see-
this.
we're seeing them
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
talk to that journalism class how to construct a lie.
There is a hole in the fact-checking system. A big one.
All right, I give you that. But that leads to, I think, one of the best parts of the movie.
Which is
Chuck Lane doing his editor job is starting to get suspicious.
We need to take a drive to Bethesda.
I'm going to follow this path of your story here.
Yeah, he's being a reporter.
Take me to where the hackers convention was.
200 people. Here.
Yeah, they moved in and out. I mean, most of them were kids.
Another problem I had in this rewatch is like, what is the character in this movie, Stephen Glass, thinking while this was happening? Why would he do this knowing that like his lies are going to be unraveled here? He seems really dumb at that point, you know?
I don't think thinks he can get caught.
Yeah.
It actually gets a little uncomfortable, almost painful to
Oh
watch.
my God.
Go in and see if they would serve a party that came in at 2:58, and the answer would be yes, because that's when we got here.
The Forbes guys are going to have all this too, and they're going to
I
dig
didn't
through
do
the
anything
records
wrong,
at
Chuck.
that office building. Okay, I'm sure they have surveillance cameras, and they're going to check them.
I don't like the way you're talking to me, Chuck. You're the editor. You're supposed to support me.
So, but he drives back, and then but then he's like, he does this thing like he drives to an intersection, and he freaks. And Chuck's like, pull over.
You weren't at the conference.
No. You know, I had a description of it from so many sources. I thought I had it solid.
It's a great scene.
But then
I'm not sure if it actually happened.
But then he's going to suspend him for 2 years.
Yeah.
In my company, you'd be fired instantly.
I know, exactly. One of the other New Republic guys is like, I'm going to drive him to Dulles.
He said he'd be staying with his family for a while. That can only be one of two places.
Well, his parents live in Highland Park, right?
Yeah. Or his brother, out in Palo Alto.
I'm sorry?
Yeah, his brother, at Stanford. Chuck?
As soon as he says Palo Alto, it's like, oh, wait.
Your brother's been helping you.
So he goes to Stephen Glass in his office. Is like, you need to get out of the office.
Give me your key card.
The act of entitlement in his reaction is just shocking to me. Because I've been through like, you know, editorial buyouts where like people are escorted out of the building. You know, and like there's no drama. It just happens.
But I thought that drama was really good. Back away from the computer.
So
give me your key card and just getting him out of the building.
No.
No, they're mine. Personal stuff.
I don't care.
I know you don't.
He goes and looks at each issue.
But he grabs ones that he knows that Stephen wrote articles for.
A few days after Mike Tyson was disqualified for biting Evander Holyfield, I offered half a dozen talk shows my services as a biting expert. I'm someone who knows a...
But the best part of going through all that and hearing his voice, all that, is he's realizing. And then frickin' Stephen Glass shows up.
The voice that you heard on the telephone, that was my brother. I'm sorry.
Just like,
that's so great.
The end of that scene is brilliant.
Yeah,
I just like that he's finally done.
He's
Chuck's
fired.
like,
Yeah.
I'm afraid that I'm gonna do something, okay? Did you hear what I said?
Yeah. It's a hell of a story.
That's really the movie. The only ending part I'd mention after that is that you're back to they bookend it with
a journalism class.
And he finishes his speech to the class, and then suddenly there is no
It's
class.
empty. It's empty chairs. They're all strewn about.
I love that.
Yeah.
It's a great visual.
Which means the real character of Stephen Glass is this guy who wanted to be great.
He's an empty glass.
He's actually an empty glass, Joe.
George Glass.
That's funny. I've never heard of a George Glass at our school.
I know his name's Stephen Glass. The movie is Shattered Glass. So, I do think there's a lot of Jan in here.
Sure, Jan.
So, final thoughts on this movie. I've heard some people say this movie, it's not believable. Do I really think that these people acted this childish? The drama that the mid-20-somethings were having, are they all so annoying? Or is there some fabricated, embellishment going on here with
Maybe.
They were very specific on how they portrayed the New Republic.
I think you're right about that. Yeah.
My wife is a former journalist, but still wears that. There's a sense of entitlement with all these people. My wife had to work her ass off.
I know.
Everything.
Yeah.
She would have hated everyone here.
I agree with you, though. I think that Hayden Christensen, I don't know if he was the best choice.
I'm not sure he was the best choice, but he is good in the movie. His portrayal comes across as really dweeby to me.
Maybe the availability of what Hayden Christensen saw of Stephen Glass's on video. That's what he could work with. Because he is kind of whiny. He is kind of dweeby.
I thought his acting's fine.
Yeah.
I wonder if, to your earlier point, you needed someone with a little bit more like you really did believe the likability factor. To be honest, I'm thinking about somebody like a younger Paul Rudd who's just likable.
Paul Rudd would have been great in the Sarsgaard role, actually, Chuck Lane.
Oh, yeah, he would have been. Yeah.
But if he was like an animated storyteller guy, you would like him. The tightness is another good quality of this movie.
Yeah, it's a well-told story, and it does it well in 98 minutes.
Well, what are our final grades? I mean, I have to say, I've seen this movie about 6 or 7 times, but I always enjoy it. I give the movie a B+.
I would give it a B+ as well.
I give it a B-.
Okay, why?
I think a lot of the aspects of it that I've mentioned, I think haven't aged well. And I'm not sure if that's really intentional. And I agree with you with the New Republic fluffing. When I watch this now, I'm looking at it in a factual eye. I'm how much of this is fabricated?
Michael Kelly and Chuck Lane come off looking reasonably well. So
there's no way I can talk you up to a B?
No, I'm going to stay with B-.
All right. Oh. You might have been able to talk me down from a B+ to a B. Well, because I have some concerns about the truthfulness of the characters. Did all those 20-somethings really act the way they acted?
A lot of those characters are actually composites of various people. So, you can't really say, that's that actor.
That is that person. You guys said you've seen this many times throughout the years.
Like,
I've only seen this maybe 3 times, I think.
Hell, when you see it 3 more times, come talk to us.
Yeah.
Okay.
All He's a rookie.
Rookie. But anyway, we're all within the B range. I think we recommend at least checking it out.
It's definitely worth a watch.
It's definitely because we're now living in a completely digital journalism world now.
We're also living in a post-truth world now. Too.
Exactly.
Look, Hayden Christensen, he did a good job as Stephen Glass. It's no Anakin Skywalker.
I don't like sand. It's coarse and rough and irritating, and it gets everywhere. Not like here. Here everything is soft and smooth.